What's going on, everybody? This is Chai T back with another episode of the From Scratch Ironman series. This is episode number 4. If you guys haven't seen the 3 previous episodes, you can go ahead and check that on my channel. I went over all the rules and everything like that and the goals and everything on my first episode, so you guys can go ahead and check that out. But with all that being said, I'm just going to jump straight into it. This week was a little bit hectic because I actually lost internet for about 2 or 3 days, so I wasn't able to get a lot of the playtime in that I usually do. But once it was back on, I kind of jumped back into everything. It was kind of a bad timing because the Percival update just launched and I wasn't really able to jump into it as fast as some other people were, but that's alright. I still went ahead and did some solo randomized dungeons, and you guys can go ahead and see that on the screen. I went ahead and got my refining for both the cloth and the wood ups to expert refiner or something like that, so I could refine tier 5 materials. I was very close to begin with, but I just needed to do a couple more refines with the tier 3 setup or materials, and I was good to go. After that, I was pretty bored, honestly. I didn't know really what to do because I didn't want to go back to gathering or anything like that, so I went ahead and decided to go to the Black Zone, and this was the first time, so I got the locked Black Zone portal on Thetford, which is alright. Thetford is, I don't think, one of the most used Black Zone portals, but that'll help just because it'll be less crowded. So with that, I just went ahead and roamed around till I found a couple of these dungeons. I just jumped into pretty much the ones that I thought were the safest to go into, that people weren't going to try to hop in, and see if I could get any loot. But I didn't really clear them. I actually decided just to run past them, past most of the mobs to the chests, which I saw a lot of people before doing, and I think this is not really looked on very highly of, but I can't be bothered just to use my nature staff and try to clear it as fast as I can. While in the Black Zone, it's a free-for-all, so I kind of wanted to get in, get loot, and get out without having to deal with any of the mobs and such like that. And having a nature staff was very helpful for that. Clearing a couple of these dungeons, I didn't get too much, mostly artifacts and things like that, ruins and just different kinds of crafting materials, and not very much of anything super interesting. My main goal was just to hit up some randomized dungeons and then go loot some of these, I forget what they're called, there's just chests that are in the middle of a zone every few squares or something like that. Yeah, I just decided to do that because I know they drop some pretty good items and they aren't too contested whenever I go to them. Maybe I'm just lucky, but I find myself being able to loot them pretty often without any like PKers or gankers. I did happen to run into one guy over here, and he almost got onto me. It was pretty close. I was being kind of stupid with my my tracking. I ran into one of the tents and wasn't even able to go by. I saw that he had already targeted me, went invisible, and was going to jump straight to me. So I want to say I did this on purpose, but I went behind a tree, and he actually hit that instead. So that was lucky. He wasn't able to catch me just quite. He threw a poison down, but just barely came out with a healthy horse still, and I got away. Later, I also decided that I wanted to have an actual DPS build, and I was deciding whether I wanted to go for a staff build, like a fire staff build or ice staff build, or like a crossbow build. And I haven't really done much of either, so it was kind of up in the air, but I decided to just go for the crossbow build. I'm not sure if that was 100% the right choice, but I kind of just wanted to try it out. Maybe I'll switch to the other sometime down the line, but for now I got my crafting for the crossbows up to tier 4, and I got so that I could wear tier 4 crossbows as well, just using the Tomes of Insight. Afterwards, I just hit a bunch of solo randomized dungeons again. I just kept going to the dark zone, or the black zone, just because I thought it'd be the most worth it in terms of trying to get loot and just a little bit of fame on the side as well. I didn't find that I was getting very good loot. I was mostly making my money off of the random chests that open up every hour, and yeah, that was about it. I got mostly ruins and everything, not too fancy. I think the cash bags maybe totaled up to at least 100k. I sold a couple things, and now I'm up to about 700k silver. Not really close to being able to buy premium just yet. Kind of sad, but that's how it works, I guess. The premium gold prices shot up tremendously, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. It's already like the 4th week into this, and the account has progressed pretty decently. I'm making my way towards more high level gear, high level skills and everything like that, but not quite where I am to be stable enough to earn back premium each month. Lastly, I went and did some fishing just because I was a little bit not paying attention, just kind of watching Netflix and playing the game and trying to get my fishing up because I knew it would be a little bit of a moneymaker. So I just got my fishing up to tier 4, so now I can do a little bit more efficient fishing. I also did my crafting runs for that and got up to tier 4 crafting for fishing rods. I kept doing my farm runs and everything like that. I missed out on those 2 or 3 days that I didn't have internet, which was kind of a bummer, but I got back into it, and account's looking pretty good. Unfortunately, I'm going to be going over onto a swim competition overseas, so I'm going to be traveling a lot, and I'm not going to be able to actually play for a couple weeks. And so the next 2 Mondays, I'm not going to be able to have a video out, but the following one I definitely will. And hopefully, now that I won't be training afterwards, it'll be a lot smoother, a lot more progress to be seen. So, all that being said, I hope you guys liked. If you enjoyed watching, go ahead and give me a like or subscribe, and comment down below if you think I can do anything better. Thank you, and I'll see you guys later.